Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. It's so exciting. What I'd like to do in the chat box too, please, if you come in, is have you won an award? If you have, can you put in the chat box what you've won your award for? We'd love to know.
Or made the finals.
Or made the finals, yeah. Or if you've got, even if you've just applied for an award, what did you apply for? What award was it? Would be lovely to hear that from you. So Brisbane, Vegas, from the lovely Frances Cahill, of course. Perth from Jenny, nice to see you. New South Wales from Miranda. This really is a national and international webinar we have going on here. Tracy Sheen says she's done a bunch of judging. Of course she has. But Tracy, you've never entered an award.
No, she hasn't, and she's going to.
There might be a challenge there, Tracy. Absolutely. Love it.
No pressure.
Marty's here as well. Awesome to see. He's got 2 fabulous Stevie Awards. Of course he has. The only dual international award-winning speaker training business that we know of for 2021. So that's awesome. Proven as an emerging leader award from the American Marketing Association. That sounds awesome. What a great award that is. Angie Haswell, of course, has been a finalist. Sunshine Coast Business Persons of the Year. Emma Rhodes has won 2 for customer services and finalist in quite a few others. Well done, Emma. Good work. That is so awesome. Who else? Gosh, there's loads here. Brad. Not a place I can turn on my camera, but is sitting in sunny Sydney, Brad. Lovely to see you from Sydney, all the way from Sydney. Katrina Worm is here. You, Katrina, hold your hand so I can see you amongst all these millions of people we have on it. It's lovely to have you on the call. Bronze Stevie Women in Business, Gold Stevie International Business Awards, finalists Osmompreneurs, and judging for the Stevie Awards. I mean, seriously, guys, I think we're not worthy to Katrina. Setting the bar rather high there, which is awesome. Jenny's a finalist in Osmompreneurs last year. Well done, and you've nominated again this year. Good on you. That is awesome. All our fingers and toes crossed for you. Allison Cohen, of course, Bronze Asia Pacific Award for her incredible education app that she created. I know all about that and can't wait to help you work on that one because it's just awesome. Christy Moore, finalist, of course, autumn last year in for Australian Small Business Champion Awards, which is very exciting. And it's got some exciting news about the Australian Small Business Champion Awards.
I do. Do you want me to share it now? Where's she gone? Oh, she's nodding. Yes. Sorry, there's so many people on the screen. I don't know where to look. It's like ping ball. So yeah, really exciting for us. We wrote 8 submissions and got 8 through to the final. So that's fantastic. And if anybody who is also a finalist is going to the event, buy your ticket quickly because they sell out really fast. I've organised a table for you know, our friends and connections, and you know, anybody who wants to come and hang out with us for a night.
That part is going to go off like a frog in a sock, so I'd take us up on that offer, guys. Jump in there. So yeah, well done, Kirsty. Hopefully all fingers and toes crossed for you with the Oz Champion Small Business Champions Awards, and we will be there. We'll see you there. Veronica, finalist in this year's Local Business Awards. Congratulations. Answers are due tomorrow. Eek. Yes, absolutely. Don't leave it to the last minute. Brenda Keane, winner of the Rising Star Osmompreneur, and you absolutely are the Rising Star. Are you going to enter again this year, Brenda? It would be nice to know. Who else has got here? Joshi has got nominated for Osmompreneur and Aureus Australia Post, absolutely. Local Chamber Awards. Karen from Brisbane. Does Senior Ducks count? I don't know, Karen. Maybe. Depends if you can leverage that. Why not? What's your award that you keep leveraging, Annette?
The Top Dog Award for Achievement from grade 2.
Why not?
Yeah, it's a really good, I've still got it somewhere. It's like, what am I, 51? I was 8 when I got that, still flogging it.
Brilliant. Do a Bradbury on it. Why not? And Nellie, finalist Coach of the Year, finalist in Learning Program, and just entered the awards yesterday for Best Women's Program. Well done. Pinky McKay, winner of Osmompreneur 2019, and also Osmom Influencer, Biz Gold Coast My Child Awards 5 years in a row for Booby Bikes. Of course, Pinky, you do extraordinary things. Just love what you do. So well done. Yes, Brenda's thinking of applying again. Don't think, just do it. None of that thinking business. And Kathy, based in Sydney, finalist in Women in Finance for Mentor of the Year, Business Advisor and Client Leader Awards. I love it. Just judged a couple of awards, Financial Planners and Accountants. Thank you so much, Kathy, for your service as a judge. Declined to accept last year for the Entrepreneur Awards. Well behind the 8 ball, as we all were. When COVID hit, it just became a bit of an interesting situation, didn't it?
And the really cool thing is that there's 30 days left to still nominate for this year's Osmompreneur Awards.
There you go, guys. Don't hesitate. If you know an awesome Osmompreneur, get in there and nominate her or yourself. Get in there and do it. So, well done. Great. Well, I think we've got most people in. I'll just keep letting people in as we go. But Anne, I'd like to let people know what we're going to talk about today in the award-winning webinar.
Oh, absolutely. Well, congratulations all on being here, because life is just so busy, and I've had so many conversations in the last couple of weeks of people saying, I really want to enter, I don't have the time, but making the time, you're going to find just so many rewards and serendipities that come out of this process. So what we're going to cover is a few of the awards that are open now, totally open to asking questions in the chat of awards that you're interested in that we can touch on, because there might be people in the group right now who are going, oh, I didn't even know that was available or that there was an opportunity. We're going to talk about how to find the right category to enter, because if you're looking at something like the Stevie Women in Business or the Stevie International Business Awards, there's over 100 categories, and you're like going, what one do I go? How do we do that? We're going to talk about what judges are looking for when you're creating your submission, because that's what's going to get you over the line, is the story that you tell and the way that you answer the questions. And then we're open to questions from you, because this is a webinar for you. We know what we're talking about. We want to know what you want to know, because it's really easy for us to go, well, we think they want to know this. But if there's something that you've been dying to ask, this is the time to ask, because everyone can benefit from that. So I think we'll kick off with just talking about the awards that are open at the moment and the opportunities that are out there for you. And we've got such an incredible mix of people here. It's really nice to, you know what, we've been doing this for so many years, and it's normally a room full of women. So it's really nice to see so many blokes who, if I can call you blokes, men, gentlemen, who are also interested, because there really is so much focus on Women in Business Awards that there are still plenty of opportunities out there for just business awards. So I'm going to kick off, because my favourite award opened yesterday, and it's the Telstra Business Awards, and they've renamed it the Telstra Best of Business Awards. So they took last year off because of the impact of COVID, and have reimagined and re-released their awards under 8 categories this year, and it is a 3-phase application. The first phase is the easiest one. It's multiple choice, so you don't have to think too hard as you go through those answers, but the way that you answer will determine whether you go through to phase 2. So each of the phases, so phase 1 closes in July, phase 2 closes in August, and phase 3 closes in October. And each of those, and it gets more challenging as you go through each of those phases. So by the time you get to phase 2, you're actually having to write answers, not just tick boxes. So make sure you put away at least 2 hours if you are going to nominate and go through the Telstra Best of Business Awards. It is the pinnacle of business awards in Australia. It's open to men and women. The categories are Progressing Australia. So this is people who work in a business that are focused on, issues and themes that affect Australians and Australian business. The next one is Accelerating Women. So that's for businesses who are challenging exclusion and inequality. So maybe the federal government's going to enter that one. Championing Health. So anybody who's in a health-related business. Building Communities. So not-for-profit organisations, social enterprises, for-profit organisations that work within the social enterprise structure. Indigenous excellence, so for Indigenous-led, owned and operated businesses. Innovation, which is a really great category. Sustainability, so looking at how to make the planet healthier and cleaner. And business growth, so what have you done to grow over the last 2 years, I imagine they'll be looking at. And the really cool thing about that multiple choice is, so let's say you don't make it through, it's actually really good to highlight the gaps that we might have in our business, so that when the awards open next year, that you've got your policies and procedures in place, that you do have processes around diversity and inclusion and environment and sustainability. So that's just giving you a hint of what they're going to really be focusing on in terms of how you answer. So is there anybody in here who is nominating for the Telstra Business Awards or Best of Business Awards?
Be good to know.
It'd be good to know.
In the chat box, one of the things we are going to do today, guys, is to help you choose the right award and the right category for you to go for. And I know we've got lots of people on. So if you wanted to put in the chat box what you think you would enter an award for, and just to give you an idea, and then it's thinking about all the different categories, whether it's startup, innovation, leadership, coaching, think about what would you really like to leverage an award for, that you're really proud of, an achievement that you have accomplished, or a challenge you've overcome, or something that you really feel that you are worthy of winning an award. I know that's an interesting question, because a lot of people don't think they're worthy of winning awards. I don't know why, because you guys do extraordinary things, but maybe think about, if you're a speaker, is it about the topic that you speak about, or is it about a change that you're leading in the industry that you speak for? If you've written a book, or you've started a program, or you've launched a product or a service, is it about the innovation, or is it about the cause? Is it the bigger thing? So thanks. We've got a couple come in already. Startup and coaching, maybe for Marty. Yep, still in the startup zone at the moment, Marty, for lots of awards, which is to go for. Coaching, definitely, there's lots of different coaching categories available. Diversity and inclusion for Rika Joshi. Definitely, there are loads of those available, and it might go into a couple of those in a minute as well. Disrupting for leadership, Francis, there are beautiful awards for disruptive leaders. You might specifically want to take a look at the Innovate Awards that are out there. They actually have a category, I believe, for a disruptor in there, a disruptor. I'll put the link in. Now, what we are going to do, guys, before you all stress out too much, I will put it into the chat box for you. We will send an email out with a recording of this and all the links to the awards that we talk about, so that afterwards you can go and find those and start reading and doing some research and seeing what you need to do to enter. What else have we got? Leanne Norden, nominated myself for Telstra. Leanne, that's awesome. Fantastic. Well done. Mariana, startup and health and wellbeing. Yes, Mariana, there's actually, I was just looking through as well, the International Women in Business Stevie Awards categories. And there's some new categories in there, one of which is in the health industry. So I just had it a moment ago and I've lost it. Annette, here we go. Here we go, Women of the Year. It's category A52 in the Women in Business Stevie Awards. One of the new subcategories is healthcare. So Women of the Year, recognising individual women regardless of titles, positions or status as in terms of entrepreneur or executive. Achievements since July 1st, 2019 in the healthcare industry. And while I'm on that particular category, another new one in there is accounting and finance. So if you're on the call today and accounting and finance is your thing, then there's definitely an opportunity to go for those categories as well. So maybe have a think about it, put it into the chat box. What sort of category or what sort of award do you think you'd like to enter? What do you think? If you've got no idea, then just be honest with us, put it in there, and we can always arrange a time to have a chat with you one-to-one about entering awards and go from there. Francis, a book, yes, to be launched. There are definitely book categories. There's book awards out there on their own, but even in the International Women in Business Stevie Award, there's a category for media developed by women or for women, and Book of the Year. Books that are written or published by women, since the 1st of July 2019 is definitely a category that's in there. So absolutely.
There's also the Australian Book Excellence Awards, which should be opening towards the middle of the year. And that's done by Andrew Griffith, and recognises books across a range of different categories, which is another great book award to go into. And look, there's a whole series of book awards that are out there, just not just nationally, but internationally, that you can enter and shine the light on the book that you've done. I might do that with my book.
Not. Why not?
Why not?
Your little note, you know, your mobile app, what do you go for? There's new products and services developed by women in an awards category. Just best new product or service of the year. There's probably a technology one in there if I go back and have a look through these. You can go to a lot of the websites that we're mentioning today and just download yourself an entry kit that gives you a list of all the categories. That would be probably one of my biggest tips right now, is to figure out, what do you want to win the award for? Go and see which awards are open right now, and we will send you a list of them, and find the category that you think is the best one to go for. Print it all off and just get one of these markers and start going through and highlighting, and be honest with yourself. It's like going for a job or going for a grant. Going for awards is the same thing. Don't try to overstretch, because you do have to provide evidence that you have achieved the certain things that you're going for. But at the same time, do think a little bit outside the square. We've had a couple of people that we've talked to about entering in awards, and we've entered them into categories that they hadn't thought about. And think about it from the judge's point of view. And we will go through that a little bit in a minute as to what judges are looking for. So our first question today, and it was, you know, like you say, when is the right time to enter awards? I think we probably have already answered that. Now would be a good time.
Absolutely now. That, like, every single award that we're going to send to you has got a startup category, which means that your business has to be, it depends on the award, but 3 years and under. So you could have just started your business. You could have a concept of an idea. You've got it in place. You're ready to launch it. You know, you may be bootstrapping it, you know, getting some funding in. These startup categories recognise that. At the moment, the Osmumpreneur Award actually has a category for businesses under 12 months or in startup phase, recognising, you know, people who are, you know, putting it out there and ready to launch and get started. So any time is the right time to enter the award, but it does come back to, what's your objectives for entering the award? Is it for PR? Is it for benchmarking? Is it for credibility? You know, we just wrote an award for a real estate agency, and they want to use it because they want to attract high achievers. And so they feel that psychologically high achievers want to work with high achievers. So the more awards that they enter and win, the more that they stand out, particularly not just real estate ones, those parochial industry ones, but a broad spectrum to appeal to their target audience. They also want to attract staff, high quality, high caliber people who they think that, you know, again, will be attracted to a business that puts themselves out there. So, like, it's never too late to have a go. And, you know, I think one of the best awards to start with, if you are a new business, or you're still, you know, maybe you are established and not quite sure whether it's the right time for you, is something like one of the Stevie Awards. It's a 1,000-word submission. In a lot of cases, they've got free categories, particularly for the International Business Awards, although now there is a late fee of $55 US. And you can dip your toe in the water and have a go and see what the process is like, and going through the judging. And the reason that the Stevies, we love them so much, is because they are just such a holistic award program, as they promote you if you win. You know, when we can go and attend award ceremonies, they put on photographers and videographers so that you've got that marketing collateral that you can use. They also do webinars so that you can get the most out of the process. And the most important thing is, what a lot of awards don't do, is they give you feedback so that you know where the gaps are in your submission, so that when you go and put another one in, you can go, okay, like every time Lauren and I write the Stevie Awards, we go over all of the feedback from clients and we just keep adding to it so that every submission that we do just gets better and better because we're bringing in that feedback from the judges. So, yeah, when's the best time to start? Yesterday.
Absolutely.
DeLorean, go back in time, give it a crack.
Get yourself sorted, especially if you are someone who just recently applied for the Queensland grants. While you're waiting to see if you got one of those, or if you didn't get that, you're probably halfway there. You've probably already started that great work at refining down the information ready to enter an award. Now, on that note, Amy Clark has said, look, she's nominating her partner for a local community award, but she's stressing out a bit because she's never done those sorts of things before and is getting nervous about getting it right. Don't stress and be nervous, Amy, because we are going to go through what judges look for when you enter awards. Doesn't matter which award you're going for, so that might help you. And who else have I got in here? Yeah, stress-free supermum startup category, Katrina Worm, absolutely. I love it. There are some great categories in that Innovative Awards, aren't there? Tracy Sheen's question, there are so many awards, they all take time and they all cost to enter. The money can add up real quick. How do you narrow down what to enter? So
okay, I'm going to go first. They don't all cost money because a lot of them do have free entry. The Telstra is free to enter. The Australian Small Business Champion Awards is free to enter. The Hester Excellence Awards are free to enter. I would say it's about 50-50. But how do you work out which ones to enter? I think it always comes back to who your target audience is and what your objectives are for your business. Is if you know who your audience is and what's important to them, because a big part of, like, awards come under the PR banner. You know, it's a way of building your credibility and your reputation through, you know, third-party sources, which is nothing better than, you know, the Telstra Business Awards going, good on you, you're a finalist in our awards, and other people look at you differently because the way that we buy is psychological. We are about creating emotional connections with the businesses that we buy from, brand loyalty, you know, that connection. So you really want to be clear on who it is that you want to be attracting to your business and what would get, you know, so if, say, you know, our target audience is, you know, people in small business and we entered a law award. I don't know how we do that, but I'm pretty good at bullshitting, so I'm pretty sure I could create a good entry. Is that, you know, that just doesn't resonate with you, and we might go, yay, we won the Australian Law Awards, and you go, there's a disconnect there. So Katrina, her target audience is busy mums. It makes sense for her to enter the Osmumpreneur Awards. It makes sense for her to enter the Innovate Awards under the category that will resonate with her target audience. It makes sense for her to enter the Global Business Mothers Awards, which the Osmumpreneur Awards have just announced as well. So get really clear on who you're talking to and what's important to them.
Yeah, it doesn't make quite as much sense if Marty Wilson entered the Osmumpreneur, although who knows, you know, go for it, Marty.
He might be transitioning.
So, but also, I love that. But also, the other thing I've noticed is, I mean, one of the reasons why people enter awards is that credibility factor. So if you're looking to up your game, you're looking to start doing tenders, you're getting into competitive quoting, and someone has to make that decision. And this works really well for speakers or leaders or authors. People want to be seen as different or better, or, you know, a better quality. To be able to say your process or your program or your book or your speaking or your business, whatever it is, if you are an award winner, it's going to leverage you just that little bit higher. So think about, as Annette said, what's your objective in terms of using and leveraging this award? So if you want to be an international award-winning author or speaker or coach or mentor or business owner or entrepreneur or CEO, what award is going to get you to that point that the person who's going to hire you or choose to use your business or give you the tender, that award is going to be the thing that pushes them over the edge, that makes them go, wow, that is above and beyond, this person stands out. So if it's about, if you speak about resilience and change with Marty, so obviously winning an award as a speaker or having a program for being a coach and talking about resilience and so on and winning it for that particular thing, absolutely awesome. If you speak or your business is all about wellness or managing stress or productivity, Go and find the awards and find the category that best fits with what's going to make sense when somebody's looking to buy you, to buy your services and to put you on their stage, because that's going to make the most sense to them when they're comparing you to all the others who've also applied for the same thing. Works the same with grants, works the same with winning contracts. Think about what's going to position you as being the no-brainer choice, the expert that they want. So, any other questions that you have, please put them in the chat box. What questions do you have about entering awards? We're going to jump now into what to do. So, because most people want to know that. I'm a bit afraid, I want to get it right, I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing. So, Annette's been a judge of awards far longer than I have. I'm going to start with Annette because she's just an absolute well of knowledge. What are some of the things, Annette, that we can share today around what judges look for and what people should and shouldn't be putting in their entries?
The number one thing that judges look for, and this is from speaking to judges and, researching the insights of judges that have come before and after me, and this may surprise some of you who know me or not, it is storytelling. It's creating that tale of what you've done. It's not, unless they ask you for dot points, it's about getting that story across about your business. So if you remember that judges are people too, that they are looking at maybe hundreds of award submissions and they're looking for how to engage emotionally with you, because while most judges have a criteria of what they're looking for that is objective, they're also subjective because they're also people. And if you can capture their emotion by the story that you tell about, what is significant about your achievements over the last 12 months, here's an opportunity for you to say, well, by doing this, I affected change across these communities. I was able to bring in this amount of, revenue into this organisation, which allowed us to do this, which allowed us to do that. So that's really important. First and foremost is get your story coined. What is it that you really want to get across to that judge? And then most important, besides storytelling, is read the questions and answer the question. There's one judging process that I do for a very large international award, and I'm constantly going back to the question and going, but the question was, what's your achievement since 2019? And this person's telling me what they achieved, when they won the Top Dog Achievement Award in 1978. That's not answering the question. You've got to keep going back to that question. What are your achievements for this period of time? Or how has your leadership impacted the culture of your organisation? Which leads me on to the next thing, is that when you're asked a question, is that you don't just want to go, I'm a fantastic leader and everybody loves me. It's, I'm an effective leader because, and give examples. So that's where you can bring that storytelling in, where you can say, during 2020, when our business fell in a heap and we lost all of our clients, these are the actions that I put into place to ensure the sustainability and longevity of my organisation. By doing this, this happened. By doing this, so you want to be consistently quantifying and clarifying your claims. So it's okay to make a claim and say, I'm the best, but why are you the best? What backs that up? Is it stats? Is it figures? Is it insights from your social media? Is it case studies from your clients or customers? Is it testimonials and reviews from your suppliers? Is it the media attention that you've received because of a significant campaign that you've run? So you want to be bringing in all of those into your answers, and you're like going, oh my God, Annette, I've only got 1,000 words, or I've only got 2,000 words. So this is the next important thing that judges are looking for, is that most awards will give you an opportunity to upload supporting documentation. Now, it says it's optional. Lauren and I don't think it's optional. We say that it's absolutely vital, because it allows you to continue building on your story. So, Lauren and I have created this awesome process around the documents that we create. But if you use something like Canva, is that you can use that. So if you've got 5 questions in the award, then you can, it might say, what has been your impact on this over the past 2 years? And you can maybe have a timeline or a graph showing, the growth of your income or the growth of your clients or the media awards or the media attention that you've won, the podcast you've appeared on, those case studies. And again, this is where you also have to make sure you read the questions very carefully. And what I have to do is print them out, sorry planet, and go through them with a highlighter, is that to make sure that some of them will say you're only allowed 5 pages or 4 pages, that you don't go over that, because then it can immediately disqualify you if you don't follow the judges. So first, tell a story. You can start doing that, start writing the history of your business, telling that story of your growth and challenges and achievements that you've succeeded over the last 2 years. Then go through the awards and print out the questions or cut and paste them into a document and go through and start dot pointing. This is the way that I'm going to answer these questions. And then go through and go, here's how I'm going to qualify and clarify. And the last thing is proofread your work. Make sure there's no mistakes. Get someone else to read it for you. Put it through Grammarly or Outright or Word, at the least. Put it through a Word document so that you can pick up any mistakes that are out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, a couple of things people have mentioned. Annette is now breathing a sign of relief, because she's saying she's 3 for 3 with these tips that we've shared, and she was good about cringe about pressing the submit button. So that's awesome. Well done. And Amanda Heel and Francis both talking about your books. One says, I'm not a bestseller, but I'd like to win an award for your book. You absolutely can enter into a number of book awards, and even in the Stevie Awards there is a category for Best Book of the Year. And Francis, no one's read it yet, but it's funny. That's awesome. Definitely get your book and win awards, because then it's a great way to leverage it and get it out there. So I think the only thing I'd add to this, and Ellie's also saying Canva's the bomb. Yes, I'm a graphic designer by trade and I love Canva. It makes life so much easier. This is a similar thing that we talked about, and it has nailed all of those things. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? If you think back to when you were sitting exams at school, the first thing they suggested was read through the questions before you just throw answers at stuff. So make sure you read through, print, like Annette says, unfortunately, Save the Planet's not our favourite saying today. Print them off, get that highlighter and go through and find the categories and highlight what they're asking for. It's very similar to what we talked about last week, entering grants. You need to think about it from the position of, what do the judges want? What do they want as an outcome? They want to see what you've achieved. They want you to answer the question that they've put down there, but they want to see examples. They want to make it easy to understand. And it's quite funny, we get a lot of feedback from a lot of the other Stevie judges. They know when we've helped somebody with their entry, because it reads like a story, surprise, surprise. And they actually enjoy judging the submissions that we put forward, because they're so nicely laid out and they're easy to read. Use dot points, but don't overuse them. A list of press releases and links is not supporting documents. I'm really sorry, guys, but a press release or a list of websites that they could go to as a judge is not going to help you. Just a little bit of insight from a judging point of view. With things like the Stevie Awards, where we're judging sometimes up to 300 and 400 entries, we might spend somewhere between 3 to 5 minutes on your entry. That's it. 3 to 5 minutes. Maybe a little bit more if there's something we want to really look into, but you are not going to get a judge to click on 14 different links. You're not going to get a judge to go and have a look at your YouTube channel and all the rest of it, unless you've specifically woven it into your story. And if you're a speaker, it's really important that you've got a really nice clip that they can watch that's not 10 minutes long, that's like 30 seconds to a minute long, that they can see what you're doing, whatever it is. Read a blurb about your book. They're not going to read the book. They're not going to read the book. I'm just telling you, it's not going to happen. They've got 300 other entries to judge. So think about the questions, keep it concise, tell the stories, don't give them too much information. Just cut it back to, if you were the judge, what would you really want to know? And leave out the waffle. Leave out the, as Annette said, I'm the greatest, I'm the best, I've done this, 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 and this. Yes, awards are about achievements, but they're also about the challenges. They're about what you've gone through. They're about telling the story so that the judges can really put themselves in your shoes for that short period of time, that 3 to 5 minutes that they're looking at your entry. So make sure you're just making sure that it's really clear. And to clarify, yes, Annette, we will be sending a list of awards that are out there. And in fact, what I'd like to share with you very quickly is a place you can all go to in case you aren't already there. I'm just going to quickly share my screen. This is the Weekly Rocket, guys. If you haven't been there before, if you don't get the Weekly Rocket, then please go ahead and get this. It's totally free. And every week we send it out on a Wednesday morning, and it includes opportunities to be on guest blogging, podcasts, speaking, but also awards. So as soon as awards open up, we make sure they get included in the Weekly Rocket and sent out to you, and you can subscribe on this page, theaudaciousagency.com/weekly rocket. What I'll do right now is get that, and you can see here, you can just tells you how it works, how to subscribe, blah, 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 blah. So if you subscribe to the Weekly Rocket, and I'm going to put that link in the chat right now, you will get the Weekly Rocket for free, and it does list awards that are open. So there's another great way of knowing when awards come up, so that you can make sure you're getting ahead of the game as well. And yes, we'll send you a list of the general business awards that are open right now. So any other questions, please put them into the chat box. Kathy's saying she already gets the Weekly Rocket. She's already got on a podcast show with Tim Gillette for that. Tim's awesome. I've been on his show as well. He's a great guy. He used to wash, what's his name's car, the speaker in America, Zig Ziglar's car. So he's an awesome personality. He's a lot of fun to chat with, and a lot of fun. And Ellie's already subscribed, which is awesome. Me too. It's great. So the next thing I'd like to go through is really, what are the action steps? So everyone's learned a lot about awards here today. Hopefully we've helped you clarify what to go for and what to look for. If you're still stuck on what awards you should be going for, please put that in the chat box and we can give you some ideas today. But the steps to go through, what do you need to do right now? Obviously, number one, get really clear on what you want to win the award for and how you're going to leverage it, what you're going to use that award for, because that's going to help you choose the right categories and the right awards. Secondly, start downloading the criteria and the eligibility and the categories from those awards. And as Annette said, print them off, grab yourself a highlighter pen and start going through what are the requirements? Are you eligible? Which category, what am I going to need to get together in order to submit an award entry for these particular things? And then the next thing I would suggest is create a folder somewhere on your computer and start throwing things into there. Testimonials, case studies, media that you've had, dates that go back through your calendar and find the dates. When were you on a podcast? When were you speaking or in the media? Or when did you launch your program? Or when did you start something up? So start throwing that stuff into a great folder on your computer. Photographs, copies of your, photos of people who've read your book, social media posts where someone has said how amazing you are or thanked you or taken a photograph of themselves reading your book while they've been traveling across the country. Testimonials, absolutely throw those in there. Anything that you can use to support your entry, start throwing that into a folder now so that you're not stressing out at the last minute trying to find all of these things. And then also one thing I want to talk about repurposing today, Annette, because I think a lot of people are a bit worried about choosing the wrong category. What if I don't get it? What if I don't win? I think there's a really big lesson that people can learn in terms of repurposing grant proposals and business proposals, but going both ways with how to repurpose that.
Absolutely. Look, why start from scratch? There'll be things that you've done before, although if this is your first award, is make sure you save a copy of it. I've written a few awards over the last couple of weeks where the person has said, I entered this award, and I went, could you send me a copy of it so I can, have a look at what you've done? And they went, I didn't save it. Save it, everything. Save everything that you do. Create that folder on your computer where you can save that information so that when it comes time to enter an award, because let's face it, I can tell you after reading, good thing I can read well, good after writing hundreds of awards, is the questions end up being similar, that you can go to a past award application and you can repurpose and update that without having to start from scratch. It can save you so much time, particularly if you decide to make awards a really integral part of your marketing and PR process. So the repurposing process is really, again, looking at the question. The question is, tell us about, the way that you've been a great leader in 2021. And you've gone, oh, hang on, I did something similar for an award last year. And you can go through it, change it to, update what you've done in between then and now. And, you'll save yourself hours and hours of time. But most awards have got an online application process. So you put your answers into their platform. Don't do it straight into their platform. Take it from me, who've done it, that rookie mistake a few times, and my website or my computer's crashed and all my answers are gone. Do it in a Google Doc, do it in a Word document, something that you can save, and then cut and paste that in and save it to the folder. You'll have got an awards folder where you start collating and keeping all of your testimonials and your reviews and your insights and your data and your stats and your award entry, so that you can go and refer to it at your library. Or you can do, as we've done for clients that we write numerous awards for, is create a spreadsheet with the different questions at the bottom and go and cut it, paste into each of those tabs, where you can just add to that. Something might come up, you write a grant application and you think, actually, what, I'm going to keep that because that might come in handy. Recycle and reuse everything, because that way you don't have to start from nothing. You can just, something comes up, you go, oh my God, I've only got a week. You've already got it, 3/4 done.
Absolutely. So I'm going to share my screen again with you to just give you a bit more help with that as well. Now, you will find on our website, if you click on awards, there's more help here for you if you need this. And I will put a link into the chat box as well. At the very bottom of this page, you see we've got some packages there to help people enter awards if you need our help. At the very bottom, there are a couple of webinars that we've done in the past. This big one here is a good one, mistakes people make entering awards. And Annette and I go into a lot of the stuff that people do wrong to help you know what to avoid doing. We've also got some award winners that share their journey. So if you've won awards and you're not sure how you're leveraging them and what else you could be doing, there's a really good one in there to watch. This one here, getting ready for the 2020 award season, that's in reality getting ready for any award. So it covers off a lot of what we're talking about today, what to do, how to get ready, what to prepare, and so on. And then another one we did, which was, yay, you've won, now what? So how do I leverage it? So those are sitting there for free and you can access that and use them. There's also an online program that we have that you can go through all these packages that we have. So if you're really struggling at the moment and going, I don't have the time, I've got all the information, but I don't know how to put it together, or I've got to go and get all the information, I don't even know which ones to enter, we do have these available. So you can see they're gold, silver, or bronze. That depends on how much work is involved. So Osmompreneur, Stevie Awards, My Business Awards, Australian Small Champion Awards in there is different. If it's a Telstra award, we can do phase 1 of that within the gold package. But if you then become a finalist, there's more work for us to do with you, which is fine. And we can duplicate categories. So you can enter this and say, look, if you want to do another category, it's not the whole price again. We just add like another bit on for entering multiple categories. So it's what Annette was just talking about, repurposing it. So there's no reason why you can't enter more than one category. In fact, you should look at that. And one of the traps I will mention that people fall into all the time is they go for free and they just enter the free category alone. That's awesome if you're on a budget and you haven't got a lot of money to invest in this. But as Annette said, entering awards is about publicity. It's about PR. It's about profile building. So think about it in your marketing budget. If it's $400 to enter an award or $100, whatever it is, that's a marketing budget. This is going to help you leverage it for ages. So don't think about it as wasted money or, look, this is just an also-ran. This is your marketing. So if you go for a free category, that's fine. That's awesome. The problem being everybody else is going for that category as well because it's free. So for you to stand out in a free category, you're going to have to work quite hard. So what we suggest you always look to do is find the category you really want to win, the one that makes the most sense, whether it's paid or unpaid, doesn't matter, but probably it's a paid category. put your effort into getting that category up there and into there, and then repurpose that entry and also enter it in the free category. So that way you've got more chances of getting in there and winning, but you're not having to work twice as hard. You're just repurposing the award entry that you've got, and you're really focusing on what matters for your business and getting into the right category and making sure that you are putting your best foot forward. And Ellie's just asked, do you help with specialist awards like learning and development, training programs, etc., not just business or book awards? Absolutely, Ellie. I think we'll let Annette also answer that. Again, it's about finding the level within the level. So the overarching awards platform, which category under that? Yes, it might not be business, but it's about training and learning and development within those categories. But Annette, would you like to answer that one a little bit further?
Yes, we do. That's my nice short answer. Yes, we do. And we do because, you know, an award is an award is an award. I mean, the basic principles are the same regardless of the industry or the niche. It's about understanding what the judges are looking for, reading the questions and making sure that you answer them. And Lauren and I have got between us, I don't know, God, 70 years experience, and I've got really great skincare. 70 years experience working with businesses across all levels, from startups through to multinational corporations. So we've got a very eclectic range of skills and knowledge and insights into business that we're able to just go into that niche. And, you know, before you go, you know, hang on, maybe you should be taking over my business, you know so much about it. So we can definitely help with any type of award. We talk about business awards because, you know, that's generally speaking, we're all in business, but we love drilling down to those niche type of award categories, which helps you showcase and shine the light on something very specific for you. So that was the long answer. The short answer is yes.
I love it. Now, we do have a couple of award winners that we've worked with on the call. I wonder whether Katrina Worm, can I get you to unmute yourself? I'd love for you, if you can, Gorgeous, to share with us your journey and your story of winning awards and how we've helped you. Are you able to do that? Here she is.
Hello, everyone. And sorry, the sun is directly on my face. Let me move that.
Katrina at the last minute. She's got no idea that I was going to ask her to do that.
All good. It's all good. Can you see my awards? Hang on, let me grab them. Wait 2 seconds.
Oh, they're up on the shelf behind you. I love it.
That's the bronze. She's a really she's a rose gold colour. There's a gold. And there. And that's the other bronze. I don't know if you can see that one.
Awesome, look at that.
So when I was thinking about first entering awards, I had no idea. My business was fairly new. And as Lauren said earlier, I work with mums who are in overwhelm, and my particular niche is mums parenting neurodiverse children, so children that think differently. So it was overwhelming, and I had the whole imposter syndrome thing going on. Why would somebody want to listen to me and look at what I'm doing? I love what I do. It's my passion, and it's what I was put on this earth to do. And they literally, I told them what I did. I said, this is what I do. This is who I work with. There's a few testimonials. Here's my website. And the submission they wrote for me was absolutely amazing. I read it and I cried because I thought they take your words, and to be honest, I wouldn't enter an award without them holding my hand, because they take your passion and your interests and everything that you can give them, and they turn it into something that's so well written, answers the questions exactly what the judges need and want, and then they hold your hand even after the award. So help you get PR around your award, help you get into the media. I've now written 2 books since my awards. Started a new business in December last year, which has now more moved into helping mums everywhere. And my business, I know, has grown because of the exposure. And I entered awards for credibility because there's so many coaches out there. And I don't really want to call myself a life coach because it's sort of everybody goes, oh, yeah, what do you do? But to be a qualified coach and to have a background in psychology and counselling, but to try and show people that coaching is more about getting somebody from A to B, and the credibility being around, I'm an international award winner, now a best-selling author. So it helps your business, especially for me being a service provider, like not having bricks and mortar, but being a service provider. As I said, this year they don't know it yet because I haven't told them yet, but they're going to be helping me again with my OzMum submission and also my Stevie Women in Business Awards, because for me, it's a little bit of insurance having professionals help you. I go to a professional accountant. I go to a professional who helps me with my social media. So why wouldn't I go to a professional who's going to put my business in the best light? For me, it's marketing and PR. So if you're thinking about entering awards and you want somebody just to hold your hand, if it's your first time or even if it's your 100th time, I cannot endorse these two ladies enough. They took somebody who is sitting in my home study, coaching people on Skype, to now being an international award winner and being able to leverage those awards.
Wow.
Can I explain everything?
I didn't expect that at all from you. And seriously, we have not asked Katrina to come on and say anything. Thank God we've recorded this, because that's fabulous. Thank you. Thank you so much, Katrina. We love what you do. I was just asking you to tell your story of what it was like to stand on a stage in New York and pick up an award, but thank you. And we're so grateful for you for allowing us to share your story with the world. Seriously, Annette and I say this all the time. We wouldn't be here unless we had people like you that we work with that have these amazing stories and the trust that you have in us to do that. So thank you and congratulations on everything you're doing. It's just fantastic.
Oh, and also, if anybody wants to see, sorry, the sun's not helping us. If anybody wants to see my speech that I gave in New York, it's actually on my website. So it might give people an indication of how long you have, what to say. Annette helped me with my speech, by the way, people. I'm just putting it out there. So it's on my website, which is basically just stressfreesupermum.com. So you can actually go on there and see my actual award, you know, the speech I got when I walked up on stage. Unfortunately, I couldn't walk up on stage to get my gold last year, and it was going to be in Paris. But anyway.
It'll happen eventually. Eventually we'll get there. So no, I love Katrina because everything we ask her and tell her to do, she does. So, and the fact
I'm a coach, of course. You can coach me, I coach others.
her acceptance speaks beautifully. So I love it. Thank you. Can I quickly ask if recent award winner, Marty Wilson, if you'd like to perhaps share your story of winning an award, and I'm not asking for any recommendations, just tell us what it's done for you and what it's done for your business now being international award winners.
Well, I think thank you guys. Thank you very much for today. It's been, you know, more awesome content. Thank you. The way I would sum up, so myself and a friend, Michael Arnott, who's a speaker agent, we teach speakers how to sell themselves. And one of the things that we tell them again and again is you've got to understand the target market for your marketing as a speaker isn't the people in the audience. It's not what you think it is. You have to understand how the speaker business works. And so it's exactly the same with what Lauren and Annette do. Like if I wanted to fill out an award entry myself, they'd be like, I'm awesome, look at me, I'm fantastic, you know, like that sort of thing. Whereas Lauren and Annette, you know, held Michael in our hands, you know, and Katrina, you were saying you're a coach, so you're coachable. We're coaches and we're not. We're absolutely hopeless. They held our hands and cracked the whip when they needed to, and then you know, patted our hands and said, you know, come on. They were nice to us when they needed to be. They cracked the whip when they needed to be, and they completely did our entries for them, and we won 2 Stevies. And the great thing about, for example, the great thing that they did was I speak about resilience through times of change. And so they suggested that one of the rewards we go for is innovation. So now I'm an innovation award-winning coach, and that can go on my website as a speaker as well. And so, you know, that sort of thing, just the level of credibility that gives you, because when people are looking to buy all the products and services, I can see of the people on here, they want to know that someone has done due diligence so they don't have to. And they know award judges do that. So like Lauren and Annette said, you know, only enter awards where you actually have a panel of judges. Like don't enter ones where if you just spend enough or sponsor the event, yeah, you get an award. Honestly, Mike, there's no way Michael and I would have won if the girls didn't do our entry with us. And when I say with us, we all know what I'm really saying. They did it for us.
Brilliant. Thanks, Marty. I love it. I think I was the bad cop and Annette was the good cop, or I can't remember when we played it this time. So
I think I was the good cop.
Always the way, and it's always a nice one. So thank you so much. That's awesome. So listen, guys, we are nearly at the top of the hour. I'd like to thank everybody for being here today. If you have any questions, please pop them into the chat. We will be sending out a link to the recording of this, so you can go back and have another look through to get the advice and the tips on what to do. We'll be sending you a list of all the general ones you know that are open right now, and there are so many of them. Seriously, it'll just be the tip of the iceberg. I'll also send you the link to our page, which has got those webinars, just giving you some more tips on how to enter awards and what to do with them when you've won. And of course, we have those packages available. If you want our help, please jump in. And I am just letting you know, just quietly, our prices will be going up again sooner rather than later, because we are getting to the point where we're being absolutely swamped. And we really just want to work with the people who know they're going to use awards for their marketing, for their positioning, and really leverage these awards. We're sort of overworking with people who are on ego trips, and I just want to be an award winner, like Marty said. Not really our sort of people. We want to work with people who see awards as part of their positioning, part of their profile building, part of their publicity and their marketing, and they're going to leverage them and make use of them. So we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. So jump in, and we've been putting in the chat box as well. If you want to have a quick chat with us, there's a 20-minute free chat you can have with us, just to, again, discuss awards, what you're looking for, what particular questions you've got, and whether we can help you or give advice or point you in the right direction. Then please jump on a call with us. Yeah, Francis have booked in a chat, and Ellie's booked in a chat. That's awesome. Can't wait to chat to you guys. And please get onto that weekly rocket, because we are constantly sending out updates of when the awards open, when we're doing more of these trainings, and when we're here to help you. And we have some resources as well. If you want to grab hold of one of our resource books, we have an award-winning workbook, which I'll grab in a minute and show you. You can get one of those off our resource page as well. It's got a checklist in there of what to do. We're revamping that as well, with a checklist of what to do to enter, as well as what to do once you've won. And was there anything else you'd like to share today before we wrap up?
Ask for help if you need it. I know one of the things that I did when I first started my business was I ummed and ahed for a long time. And then when I finally entered an award, I realised how much I didn't know, and I reached out for help. Even though I'd been writing awards for other people, writing my own was really difficult. So I reached out and asked for help. So ask for help. That session with Lauren is 20 minutes. It's free. There's no obligation. There's no waffle. There's no bullshit. You just ask the questions that you need to ask. We'll point you in the right direction. If we don't think it's the right time for you, we will tell you, because we want you to make this significant in your business, that it is something that you can leverage ongoing. Like, look at Stephen Bradbury and his gold medal. And what was that, 20 years ago? This is something that you can use to boost your credibility. And if you're not sure, ask for help. You know, we're happy to say to you, we think you should be doing this direction, you know, or perhaps have you thought about this? So if you're in Rocket Launch Your Business, it's a great place to ask questions or book in for 20 minutes with Lauren or I, and we'll be happy to give you a quick up the backside. With lovingly and nicely, of course.
We'll be it nicely, and I'll just crack the whip and I won't say anything. I've just put another link in the chat to the Rocket Launch Your Business Facebook group that Annette just mentioned. We're in there all the time offering advice, and again, posting about awards that are opening and so on. That's the resource guide, the Audacious award-winning workbook. This gets sent out to everybody we work with to help them enter awards, but it's got checklists and how to do acceptance speeches and how to leverage your award and how to market your award. So all those on the call today who said they've got an award, you might want to go and get yourself one of those off of our website. We can send you a hard copy or you can download it as a PDF. And it's been awesome to have you here. Thank you all so much for sharing your lunch break with us. It's been wonderful to have you here. Thank you so much for all your amazing questions. We hope we've helped you answer those, but more importantly, we hope we've helped inspire and encourage and motivate you. Don't wait. Do it yesterday. Get in your time machine and go back and get all that shit together that you need to get organised and get into awards. Get into it. Go and check them out. Look out for our email and check the links. Go and check it out. There will be a category in there or more absolutely perfect for you, because the world does need the skills and talents that you have, and you do deserve to be well known, well paid and wanted. It is your time to shine. Get out there, guys, and thank you so much. We will see you again soon. Cheers.